Yeah, this is a good drive. Watch it trundle down the hill a bit. Well done off the tee here at hole number 2. From the fairway, we check in with Notah.
Hole is sitting in the eagle location. Back right players are going to look at this and really try and be aggressive. Ball is set up to go left to right, which is exactly what this shot requires.
He jumped all over that 3-wood and still couldn't quite get it home. Comes up just a little bit short, Frank, but pretty good shot.
Yeah, still in prime position on this par 5, Rich. That was 2 big hits.
I think I'd be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
That's so nearly a birdie, but par is all he'll have to show for it. Onward now to the classic 350-yard par 4 third hole here at Augusta National. Best probably to hit short of the 4 fairway bunkers and then have a full shot into this green, which slopes right to left. Solid, a good drive in the fairway. From the fairway, let's go to Notah.
Well, it's a short shot on paper, but this shot will definitely embarrass you if you don't pay attention. Green is sloped severely from right to left. It's elevated, which makes it awfully difficult to get the ball close.
Feet away. Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and that just skips a foot or so by. All right, so 2 pars to start the round, but it's a bogey here at number 3. Next up, the stout par 3 fourth here at Augusta National, measuring 240 yards. Middle to long iron is the play here, but accuracy is key with the 2 bunkers protecting the front of that green. And that, not going to get there. It is going to wind up in that right front bunker here at 4. So a wayward tee shot and down to Notah.
Popular place here at the 4th. Many players finding their balls in this front right bunker. Going to require a perfect execution to still have a chance to save par.
Okay, not a bad recovery from out of the sand, and a chance, maybe, to limit the damage to 1 drop shot. Okay, one putt is all it takes out of the bunker, but the damage done before that, as he will walk off with a bogey. Inspired by the road hole at the old course at St. Andrews, the 495-yard par 4 fifth. This an excellent par 4, second longest at Augusta National, uphill slightly and dogleg to the left. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. From the fairway, we check in with Notah.
Finding the fairway here at the 5th does not guarantee that you're going to hit the green. A series of undulations and bumps really make it tough to get it close.
And that will run all the way through the green and into the back bunker here at hole number 5. Third shot coming up now from the bunker. Boy, that was on an aggressive line. Couldn't quite get it to stop, and that will be left for par. Yeah, good bounce back par there. Still time to get this round turned around, and that won't hurt a bit. We make our way now to the 180-yard par 3 6th, second par 3 on the first 9 here at Augusta. Elevated tee looks down on a 2-tiered undulating green that will absolutely test you. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Clean lie here for his second to the par 3. I think I'd be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Disappointment there. I'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. On to hole number 7. It is a par 4 at an even 450 yards in length. Anything into the pine trees running the length of the fairway can oftentimes lead to a bogey or worse, with the 3 front bunkers preventing any thoughts of running one up to the green. That will do just fine. From the fairway, let's go to Notah.
Well positioned in the fairway, but there is no guarantees to hit the green. It is protected by a series of bunkers all around it, and precision is a requirement.
That's got to be disappointing. Good lie in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good thump of the sand and a good chance to save par. So this just a formality. Excellent work out of the bunker, going to help him get out of here with a par. So where the second hole, the par 5, is considerably downhill, the 8th is up the hill. You can certainly make an eagle here, but it requires 2 good shots and maybe a little luck. If you play it off the right, it'll kick down and leave you within eagle range.
The drive was fine, but just not long enough. So this par 5 out of his reach.
Still better than 3 bills away as he puts forth his second to the par 5. From the fairway, Notah, this is third.
Ball sitting in the left half of this fairway, which definitely increases your chance of getting it close because of the angle.
Well, safely on, but that's going to be a long way away. Birdie putt coming up, but you got to think anything inside of 7 or 8 feet here is pretty darn good. Wow, that is going to be a big mistake. That ball was never going to get there. That's way short. Oh, that is not slowing down, and it'll roll right on by and right off the green. Well, that was for bogey, so now a knee knocker for double.
Shaky, shaky. Definitely not the leave you're looking for.
So came into this hole at 2 over, but with the double, you can do the math. He's now at 4 over. We wrap up the first 9 with the tough 460-yard par 4, known for a treacherous 3-tiered green that slopes sharply from back to front. Approach shots here that don't have enough carry could also wind up rolling a good 30, 40 yards or so back down the hill. Yeah, that is a wonderful tee shot, right where you want to be here at hole number 9. From the fairway, we check in with Notah.
Well, from this section of the fairway, you have an opportunity to get the ball close to the back third of this green. It's going to require some good calculations on yardage and proper execution to get the ball to sit on the right plateau.
Awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Yeah, that one came out hot, tough to judge sometimes, coming out of the sand, and that winds up well beyond the flag. Yeah, that's a pretty good effort right there. We've seen others leave that putt much shorter than that. So, a tap in here, it's a bogey at the 9th, and that's going to be a 41 on the front side, 5 over par. Start of the second 9 here at Augusta National is also the start of a difficult stretch. These 2 par 4s, 10 and 11, all you want, and then you get up to that challenging little par 3, 12.
And like so many players, they hit it down the right side. The problem there is you're coming in from the wrong side of the fairway. You got to that second shot very close to the edge of the bunker that protects the right side of the green.
Now this, for birdie at 10.
And these are putts he struggled to get the right speed all round long, and it's definitely led to some 3 putts. He has to be careful.
Yeah, he wanted that to go a little more, but that's not too bad from there. Still no circles on the card as of yet, as that's in for par. On now to the second hardest hole in Masters history, the 520-yard par 4-11. It's been noted that the great Bobby Jones always wanted there to be a wide gap between a good tee shot and a bad one. Thus, in keeping with that spirit, this hole was lengthened 15 yards back in 2022. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Now one of the tougher second shots in golf, the second here at 11.
didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker. And he gets that to drop. Back-to-back pars here on 10 and 11 to begin his backside. Welcome to the 155-yard par 3 12th. Maybe the most famous par 3 in the world. Hogan's Bridge, Rays Creek. You're familiar with all the names. A bunker in front of the green and two behind. Club selection and trying best as you can to gauge the wind. Absolutely critical. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie looks straight ahead. From close range, this for a 2. Yeah, good job there to cash that in. A brilliant tee shot to this par 3, and it winds up a no-stress 2. Now to hole number 13, Azalea, and this one looks a bit different than years past. It is still a par 5, but changes for the 2023 Masters have moved the tee back quite a ways, a full 35 yards, to change the total length from 510 to 545. That's a good-looking drive, and it's going to chase down that slope and wind up in a wonderful position to attack this 13th green. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. And that'll do just fine. Putter's let him down a few times, but this for birdie. Yeah, walked that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. This 14th hole at 440 yards is a good one. The real challenge here is the green. Two-time Masters champion Ben Crenshaw considered this to be one of the most difficult in golf. And that a good shot up the hill and into the fairway at 14. From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
The most attractive feature of this hole is the dynamic design of the green, cut into 3 separate sections guarded by an amazing false front where the ball will come all the way off the front edge.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a bit of right-to-left break on this, but that's certainly not the focus. It's a steep slope, so you've got to concentrate and make sure you get this up to the hole.
Boy, that's got to come up. I'm going to say that's a good 10 feet short. Just a little sloppy right now. No other way to say it. Another bogey and 4 over for the day. We come now to the instantly recognizable hole number 15. It's called Firethorn. Traditionally, it has been the second easiest hole on the course, behind only number 13. But it was lengthened in 2022 with an extra 20 yards added on, making that potential carry over the pond with a second shot that much tougher. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. From the fairway, we check in with Notah.
Looking at the greatest second shot in golf, but don't let the beauty fool you. There is trouble everywhere.
Yeah, this is going to wind up being a good layup here at 15, and a smart one as well. From the fairway, Notah, this is third.
No bargains here with this approach shot. Gotta hit a very shallow green off a downhill lie.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Well, Frank, there it is again. More trouble with the short game. He just hasn't been able to get shots like that very close.
And when you're not able to save shots around the green, Rich, then your score will go away from you in a hurry.
Nope, not enough. Needed to get that a little further out to the right. Cleans that up in the hole. We arrive now at the 170-yard par 3 16th, played entirely over water to a green flanked by 3 bunkers. Like every hole at Augusta, precision off the tee here is key, and you can make a birdie. Frankie should be pretty good by now. He's been in quite a few bunkers today.
I've lost count, Rich, but well, I guess every now and again you got to give the bunker player a workout.
Boy, that was on an aggressive line. Couldn't quite get it to stop, and that will be left for par. Now, we've seen folks hang that putt out to the right. It does not move as much as you think, and that goes on by. Good putt there, but it is another drop shot as that score falls to +6. This par 4 17th at 440 yards, one of the most famous in the sport. This is where in 1986, Jack Nicklaus, at the age of 46, made the birdie putt. Vern Lundquist on the call. This started toward the left side. And just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short. Getting some sand in the shoes now for a second straight hole. He's in the bunker. What a good job of keeping that club face open throughout contact. You saw the big splash, and this winds up just a few feet from the hole. Okay, so a good sand save there will keep this from getting any worse, and that'll just be a bogey. Well, the difficulty here at the finishing hole, this famous 465-yard par 4 18th, is that you are coming out of a narrow chute off the tee, and it is steeply up the hill. Good drive, though, puts you in position to maybe make a birdie. Yeah, that one navigated beautifully through that narrow opening, and that is going to work out just fine. So now, up the hill, his second at 18.
You'd think he'd be good at bunker shots. He's been in so many today.
Might want to take a shovel with him. Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that races right on by. This is a 9-footer. Okay, in for a bogey 5 here at 18. And that will make this an 8 over par round of 80. Frank, you've played around here so many times and broadcast from the perch here at Augusta National down at Amen Corner. Now, from Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, EA Sports so proudly presents this step on the road to the Masters. Rich Lerner, so pleased to be joined by Frank Nobilo. And Frank, the setting here at Augusta National, as always, is ideal. You could just sort of sit and watch and soak it all in. But you have to get out there and play. So what are the keys to being successful here?
Getting used to the uphill and downhill lies. And you see that on what is regarded really as the most perfect par 5 ever created. That's 13. Because if you had a nice tee shot and you're going to go for that green across the tributary of Rays Creek, then you better used to be having the ball above your feet. And of course, then you get to 16, and I'm going to steal a line, from the great Vern Lundquist. Yes, sir. And yes, sir, you know you're playing a beauty.
So what could have been there, mere inches from going into the cup, but consolation prize is a tap-in. From Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, this is EA Sports continuing coverage of the world of golf. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner, pleased to be joined by Frank Nobilo. Frank, late tee time here this evening. We should have plenty of light to get us through, but tell me what you're going to be watching for today.
Just the round developing, Rich, is the big thing. You know, you've seen how the golf course can play during the course of the day. I don't know, evening light's different too. You know, if we get a good afternoon this afternoon, that flag is just going to stick out. I think it should be tremendous.
We'll get into the action here on the tee at the par 3 12th. EA Sports and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
That is a good, sensible shot right there. Gives him a good look at birdie. Just 5 feet left. This is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. It could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
That's a quality shot right there, just left of the hole, and a birdie opportunity coming up. This from about 10 feet. Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. Do something special.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green. Rich, I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways greens. That's the secret.
Okay, that one's dancing. Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for.